Chapter 1291 Affirmation. I know, Fang Fang, who was on the other side the phone, sounded monotonous. It was not that Fang Fang wanted to shun Gao Yan. The fact was that Gao Yan's intelligence was completely lacking sometimes. Oftentimes, Gao Yan would behave in this manner 7 to 8 out of 10 times in front of her. Each time she encountered such situations, Fang Fang could not help doubting how Gao Yan managed to start up a company. She even heard that he had been managing his business very well. Could it be that those who did businesses with Gao Yan were the greatest fools amongst the fools? However, she was once again speechless when she thought of Gao Yan's consistent and excellent academic performance since he was a child. The phone in my house shows the caller's ID, thank you. He frequently made calls to her home. If she could not even remember Gao Yan's cell phone number, she should start doubting what she had learned in mathematics during the 9 years of compulsory education and 3 years of senior high school studies. Oh! Gao Yan did not lose his temper despite being shunned by Fang Fang. Are my parents already at your house? At the mention of this, Fang Fang felt even angrier. Didn't Gao Yan's family come to the capital earlier than hers? They had a car and property. Why did Gao Yan like to come to her house and get a free meal every time? Couldn't he go home to take his meals? Both uncle and auntie are here. If there were only Gao Yan and the two of them were having a private conversation, Fang Fang would definitely shoo Gao Yan without reservation, asking him to go home. However, the elders of both families were present. Fang Fang's attitude to Gao Yan was not good, but she was very nice to Father Gao and Mother Gao. She would always greet them sweetly. As such, Fang Fang's annoyance was only restricted to Gao Yan. Fine, give me a minute. I will arrive at your house soon. I have a gift for you. Gao Yan smiled. Xiao Nan was not only married but was also a mother of 3 now. Fang Fang was Xiao Nan's former classmate. They could not fall behind others too badly either. Even if they could not get married and have children now, it was not too much to become engaged first, right? Putting aside whether Gao Yan, who had planned for a long time, managed to successfully propose to Fang Fang with his present. At the sight of Tiandong putting behind his gloom and becoming more cheerful, it was obvious that the meet-up today was very successful. On the second day, Auntie Tian was polite and all smiles when she brought many gifts to the Zai family to thank Xiao Nan. Nan really helped us a lot this time. Auntie Tian was in a dilemma too. Until now, she was still in a daze and could not really figure out how the poor relative in her eyes could be of help to her son. As a result, her son would most likely strike a deal that was extremely important to the progress of his company after returning to the home country. Although this poor relative did not have much of a background, she knew many people. Xiao Nan might not be in any less desirable state even if Lin Yuankong was not her master. It was obvious that Mother Tian was more affectionate this time. Nevertheless, Xiao Nan was neither smug nor arrogant. She behaved normally, as if Mother Tian had always adopted the same attitude toward her all this while. Her mature and gracious style lit up the eyes of others. You have been too polite. Your brother-in-law's mother, Sister Zihua, still requires more of your care in the future. Moreover, much of the credit goes to brother-in-law himself. I didn't help that much. Xiao Nan wanted to let Zihua take the credit. She had a good mother-in-law. Hence, Xiao Nan hoped that her sister-in-law could have one too. She made the Tian family accept that they owed Zihua a favor. If there were anything that the Tian family did not like about Zihua, Xiao Nan hoped that the 2 elders in the Tian family could be more forgiving toward Zihua in the future on the account of the Zai family or this matter. As for herself, Xiao Nan had never thought of using a piece of clothing to gain anything from the Tian family. As for how the Tian family of 3 thought of her eventually, Xiao Nan was not concerned. Zihua, not her, would be the one living with the Tian family of 3. After she gained enough favor for her sister-in-law, the rest of the matters did not bother her. Xiao Nan had heard from Zai Sheng about Tian Shaoyi's doings. Compared to Tian Shaoyi, Tian Shaoxin and family were extremely kind. However, no one was perfect. Who did not have weaknesses? She was not money. Why would everyone behave like her mother-in-law and cherish her like a treasure? Xiao Nan adopted a normal attitude. Never did she feel that she should not receive such treatment just because she was the daughter-in-law of the Zai family. As such, she came across as an outstanding and striking individual to the Tian family. Mother Tian let out a sigh of exasperation. She had no choice but to take her hat off to Xiao Nan. In the past, she had not interacted much with Xiao Nan. Thus, she had reservation toward this young daughter-in-law of the Zai family. After coming into contact with her, she realized that she had been projecting her own shortcomings on others. Furthermore, she was the elder and Xiao Nan the junior. Their roles seemed to have been completely reversed earlier. This was such a good child. It was no wonder that all of the Zai family sided with Xiao Nan. If it were her, she would also be fond of Xiao Nan. No, she was already fond of Xiao Nan. She was very glad that her future daughter-in-law could have such a good sister-in-law, who placed all the credit of the success of this business deal on her daughter-in-law. It would be her family's matter to owe their daughter-in-law this favor. However, owing Xiao Nan a favor would mean that they owed the Zai family one. Regardless of how effortless it was for Xiao Nan to help the Tian family today, a favor was a favor. This was a fact that could not be changed. The Tian family would still feel the pinch if they wished to return the favor to the Zai family, as they would need to pay a high price for it. It was only until this moment that Mother Tian truly understood why Zai Hua sided so much with Xiao Nan. She did not even give any face to her son, her future husband, because of Xiao Nan. It was all due to mutual sincerity. If Xiao Nan was not so good to Hua Hua would not place Xiao Nan in such an important place in her heart. It was possible that Xiao Nan's existence was not the Zai family's only shortcoming. Perhaps Xiao Nan's existence would make the Zai family become increasingly dazzling in the future, such that no one could hold a stick to. There was no problem with the future in-laws at all. Nothing was happier than such a situation to the Tian family, who was going to become relatives with the Zai family. After sorting out her thoughts, Mother Tian's attitude was more affectionate when she chatted with Miao Jing. It was obvious that she was more sincere. Especially when she mentioned Xiao Nan, the praises did not seem to cost any money. She praised Xiao Nan so much, as if the latter was a divine who was out of this world. Sister Miao, you are so blessed. Me too. Nothing will go wrong if Hua Hua interacts more with Xiao Nan in the future. Just based on this incident alone, Xiao Nan was very brilliant in dealing with people. Hua Hua was often in the army. Besides carrying out missions, she was not as good as Xiao Nan in this area. One is marked by the company one keeps. If Hua Hua were to learn more from Nan Nan, the Tian family should have good fortune in the future too. Both her daughter-in-law and daughter had received the affirmation of the in-laws. As such, Miao Jing was both overjoyed and proud. Chapter 1292 Deliberate. Isn't that so? The children from our family are all good. Nothing will go wrong in the future. Soon after Fang Fang received that dress, she came to look for Xiao Nan. It was only until this moment that Fang Fang personally saw that Xiao Nan was not only married but also became a mother of 3. Xiao Nan, you're so ungrateful. You didn't tell us that you got married. Believe it or not, our 4 other dormitory mates will definitely beat you up after they find out about this. Fang Fang looked at the triplets in a curious and envious manner. These 3 children were fair and chubby, had round faces, big eyes, and little red mouths. They were so beautiful. She had not seen such beautiful children before. You gave birth to all 3 of them. Why couldn't she bring herself to believe it? Mom. San Bao seemed to have understood Fang Fang's words. She called Xiao Nan, feeling a little unhappy. She reached out her arms and insisted that Xiao Nan carry her. When Xiao Nan carried her daughter, San Bao buried her face into Xiao Nan's shoulders and refused to come out. She was not willing to let Fang Fang look at her. She was so pampered. Xiao Nan patted San Bao's buttocks as a form of punishment. Of course I gave birth to all three of them. All in one birth. There are very few kids nowadays. Although I gave birth to three all at once, my in-laws dote on them very much. As such, the three of them have huge tempers. Initially, I wanted to bring them back to meet up with all of you when they are older. All of you will be graduating from college then. Besides calling mom now, they can't speak coherently. Someone has to be by their side all the time. Xiao Nan carried San Bao with one hand and touched De Bao's and Bao's heads with the other. The chubby girl in her arms seemed to have put on a few more kilograms of weight. She could barely carry one child now. Her children were too adept at gaining weight. De Bao and Bao hugged their mother's left and right leg respectively. They leaned on their mother's side and stared continuously at Fang Fang. Children nowadays are treasures. They are being referred to as little emperors. It is normal for them to be pampered. In addition, there is only one little princess amongst the three of them. It is understandable that she is doted on more. Fang Fang also loved children. In particular, Xiao Nan's children were good-looking and did not cry or kick up a great fuss when they flared up. That made them even more likable. However, her earlier words seemed to have angered the little girl. Hence, Fang Fang squatted down and looked at De Bao and Bao. I am good friends with your mom. You can call me Auntie Fang. Can you let Auntie carry you? Fang Fang only inched closer to the children, and very quickly, she smelled the fragrance of milk. Fang Fang took a deep breath. Do all babies smell so nice? How old are they? They are still drinking milk. Fang Fang seemed to be inferring something when she landed her eyes on Xiao Nan's busts, which had apparently increased by 1 cup size. Which children will drink breast milk at such an age? Don't behave like an ace student in the school and an idiot after you step out into society. However, they are still taking formula milk. As to whether all babies smell so nice, you can give birth to one and take care of it yourself after you and Gao Yan are married. Won't you find out then? They had not seen each other for 3 years. Xiao Nan discovered that Fang Fang was more cheerful than before. You have changed. When we were staying in the old dormitory in the past, you always did a lot but seldom talked. You kept to yourself most of the time. We've not met for only 3 years and you've changed so much? It seems that you have been doing very well in college. Fang Fang was staring at De Bao and Bao with a tempted look. Xiao Nan, can you share one of your 3 children with me so that I can carry one? Perhaps the look in Fang Fang's eyes was too frightening. De Bao and Bao felt panic and fear. De Bao kept having the feeling that the way this strange auntie looked at him and Bao was the exact same as the way he stared at meat whenever he was feeling hungry. After thinking, De Bao swirled his eyes and held hands with Bao. They walked to Fang Fang together, opened their hands, and threw themselves into Fang Fang's arms. They were triplets and biological brothers after all. Although De Bao did not say anything, Bao could understand what he meant. He collaborated with De Bao and pounced into Fang Fang's arms. Xiao Nan had some arm strength and could carry her chubby girl as she had been trained since she carried the triplets from young. Fang Fang did not have such experience and training. The 2 chubby balls landed in her arms. They were nice-smelling, soft and warm. The feelings were great. However, when Fang Fang closed her arms and wanted to carry them close to her like how San Bao held onto Xiao Nan with her little hands, Fang Fang then realized that she had overestimated her own ability. The 2 children looked short, stout and small-sized. They were only slightly taller than her calf. However, who would have known that these 2 balls were not light at all? Fang Fang straightened her waist but did not manage to carry them. Believing that it was a slip-up, she straightened her waist again but to no avail. At this moment, she had no choice but to admit that it was impossible for her to carry both De Bao and Bao at the same time given her small arms and legs. Fang Fang was indignant as she smiled at Dabao and Bao. Auntie has very little strength. Can I carry you one by one? She should be able to carry if it was just one child. True enough, it felt great to carry a baby in her arms. Dabao and Bao chuckled and shook their heads to express that Auntie had to carry them at the same time if she really wished to do so. Otherwise, she could not blame them for not letting her carry them. You really won't let me carry you? Fang Fang's eyes lit up further. She found it rare that such young children could understand and even respond to her words. Indeed, they were given birth to by Qiaonan. They were as smart as her. Dabao and Bao continued to chuckle and shake their heads. They insisted that Fang Fang carry the two of them simultaneously. At this moment, even the top student Fang Fang had no other means. Furthermore, Fang Fang, this top student, had nothing to show when compared to the biological mother of the triplets. Qiaonan, why do I have the feeling that your family's children are very cunning? Do you think these two little brats did it on purpose? Otherwise, why did they insist that she had to carry them together? Didn't they say that children were very sensitive and liked to fight for the love and attention of adults? Wouldn't she be fulfilling their wishes when she carried them one by one? If they were to insist that she carry them together, she could only wish for it. After all, she was not King Kong Barbie. One's mother knows him best. However, Qiaonan would never admit it openly. What nonsense! Why would there be so many deliberate behaviors? When their father was at home in the past, he would carry both of them at the same time. 1293 There is a need to cool down. Their father doesn't have any problem carrying them on one hand each. Now, the three of them are older. If my husband is around, he will carry one with his left hand, one with his right hand, and one on his back. Sanbao didn't join her brothers and insisted that you carry all three of them all together. They are already very sensible. After talking about the children, Qiaonan expressed concern about Fang Fang's situation. How is it? What do you mean? There were two little ones in her arms but she could not carry them as they were too heavy. Fang Fang was full of regrets. At that moment, she did not get what Qiaonan was driving at. What can it be? Gao Yan and you. After carrying Sanbao for a while, Qiaonan's arms were aching badly. She could only move Sanbao to her side. Sanbao knitted her brows, held on to Qiaonan, and sat down. Next, like a little monkey, she climbed up Qiaonan's knees and sat obediently on her mother's lap. Qiaonan breathed a sigh of relief. It was better for the legs to ache than the arms. Okay, sit down too. After Fang Fang sat down, she was hoping that Dabao and Bao would sit beside her. Who would have known that the two chubby boys were so physically agile? As soon as Fang Fang stood up, Dabao and Bao turned and ran toward their mother. They respectively stood by the left and right side of their mother, as if they were guardian angels protecting their mother and sister. Their little bodies leaned on their mother's side longingly. At the sight of this, Fang Fang felt so envious. They are so clingy to you. Besides the mother, who else will a child cling to? Qiaonan smiled, feeling amused. Also, don't avoid the topic. You should be graduating soon in a year's time. It's not considered too early to find a boyfriend now. What do you think of Gao Yan? Fang Fang blushed. She held and slurped the cup of water that the auntie had given her. What about him? It's like that. Since a young age, he annoys me very much. Actually, I don't really like him. Besides, I already have a boyfriend. It was just that he was not Gao Yan. Qiaonan had a great shock. You already have a boyfriend. So, you became more cheerful under your boyfriend's influence. This news had stunned her badly that she nearly pooped in her pants. Is Gao Yan aware? Fang Fang shook her head honestly. I don't know. My parents are not even aware of it. I didn't announce our relationship. Even my classmates don't know. I am thinking. When our relationship is more stable, I will bring him to my parents after graduation. When the blushing Fang Fang mentioned this boyfriend, her tone was seemingly less cold. On the contrary, there was a feeling of flowing streams in spring. Obviously, Fang Fang liked this boyfriend very much. Xiao Nan was having a headache. I heard that Gao Yan visited your house for a meal. Was it just purely a meal? She did not believe it. Otherwise, why must Gao Yan bring along the dress that she had made that day? Most importantly, Xiao Nan heard from Tiandong that Gao Yan seemed to be quite moody these few days. After thinking it over, Xiao Nan felt that Gao Yan was unlikely to be facing problems in his business since he had already confirmed Tiandong as his working partner. Gao Yan had the technology and Tiandong the capital and interpersonal network. They would have access to distribution channels for the products overseas. In addition, there was another advantage in working with Tiandong. With the collaboration, Gao Yan did not need to feel worried that his small company would be merged or acquired by a bigger company. Since Gao Yan's career was flourishing, the only matter that could trouble a winner in life like him was Fang Fang, this childhood sweetheart. Otherwise, Xiao Nan would not need to ask Fang Fang about this today. He brought uncle and auntie to my house for a meal. After the meal, he proposed to me. I rejected him. In front of Xiao Nan, Fang Fang dared to spill the beans. You don't know. I was so embarrassed that day. I don't have those feelings toward him. In the past, I attended Pingcheng High School instead of the high school affiliated to Renmin University of China because I wanted to avoid him, although my grades could easily admit me into the high school affiliated to Renmin University of China. Would I agree to his proposal and marry him? I am someone who has a boyfriend. If Gao Yan had preempted her, she would definitely persuade him to give up. No matter how she thought about it, she felt that it was completely impossible between her and Gao Yan. The moment Gao Yan proposed to her, Fang Fang did not feel touched. She only felt shocked and lost. A word continuously appeared in her mind: ridiculous. Although uncle and auntie liked to joke about making me part of their family when I was a child, and my parents did not decline either, jokes are jokes. How can they take it for real? What era is it now? It's all about the freedom of love. Gao Yan is still doing his business, and I heard that he has clinched a big deal recently. Otherwise, I almost suspected that he had suffered a huge blow recently to play such a meaningless prank on me. Since high school days, he never lacked girlfriends. He was surrounded by school belle, class belle, seniors and juniors. He is so popular with ladies. Will he fancy me, a bespectacled girl? He shuns me badly and often chides me for being ugly. At the beginning, there was still confusion in Fang Fang's eyes when she said this. However, at the end of her berating, there was anger in Fang Fang's eyes. Her tone was more hurried. Besides placing her clenched fists on the knees, she was also gritting her teeth. It was as if she was not talking about her childhood sweetheart but her greatest enemy of a few lifetimes. I admit that I am not very pretty and my spectacles are a little black and ugly. However, everyone has pride. I am a lady. I also want to be better. I really don't understand why those ladies like Gao Yan, who has such a malicious tongue. Are they all blind? When we were young, he often berated me. After we grew up, he even played such an overboard prank on me. What if I foolishly accept his proposal? At any point in time, he may tell me that he is just joking. He will never fancy me. Didn't he think that I would take the proposal for real? Xiao Nan was stunned as she listened to Fang Fang. She quickly took another cup of water for Fang Fang. However, after thinking, she changed her mind. Xiao Nan shouted for the auntie. Auntie, it's almost winter. It is quite hot recently. Can you prepare a pot of cooling tea? Cooling tea is a particularly bitter Chinese infusion tea and bring it over. To cool one's body down. During high school, Xiao Nan had only met Gao Yan once. At that time, Gao Yan specially came to Pingcheng High School to thank her for making Fang Fang change her mind and select the humanities instead of science course. At that time, Xiao Nan could sense that Gao Yan had some feelings for Fang Fang. On the contrary, Fang Fang's tone was not friendly when she spoke of Gao Yan. However, Xiao Nan did not think that much. She took it that they were a quarrelsome and loving couple. However, Xiao Nan no longer had such thoughts when she saw the Fang Fang before her eyes. Fang Fang was fuming so badly with anger that smoke was almost rising from the top of her head. A lady would definitely not speak of a man that she fancied in this manner. Chapter 1294 Silly Fool. She and Fang Fang had never chatted about this topic in the past. Hence, she really did not know that Fang Fang thought of Gao Yan in that way. This was not just pure dislike. Fang Fang almost viewed Gao Yan as the greatest villain in the world. Putting aside marriage, Fang Fang felt that it was best to avoid Gao Yan as much as possible. Given Fang Fang's attitude, Xiao Nan could not help but feel worried for Gao Yan. Does Gao Yan really annoy you so much? You also know that I should address Gao Yan as senior when I see him. He is very popular in Peking University. Many of the seniors adore him. Now, his business is doing well. Most probably, many more juniors will idolize him in the future. Many others could not grab hold of such a popular man. However, Fang Fang did not want to. If those juniors in the school were to find out about this, they would definitely be driven to their graves. Comparisons were odious. Fang Fang's eyes lit up. Really? That's great. Xiao Nan, do me a favor. He is my neighbor after all. Help me observe which lady in your school is good. Tell me and let me get to know her. I will be the bridge between her and Gao Yan. After Gao Yan had a girlfriend, he would not pull such a meaningless prank on her again. He deserved a beating for such a joke. Fang Fang even volunteered to introduce a girlfriend to Gao Yan. Xiao Nan was aware that Fang Fang was serious and not joking when she said that she did not like Gao Yan. Well, I don't have the habit of being a matchmaker. Also, one can't judge a book by its cover. It's not accurate to judge someone just by looking at them. I still have 3 babies at home. How much time do you think I have at school? I only stayed in the dormitory for 1 month before. I don't even know the classmates in my faculty, let alone younger female juniors. This kind of cross-boundary understanding was too difficult for her. Gao Yan is not an unreasonable person. After you rejected him that day, I don't think Gao Yan insisted on putting the ring on your ring finger, did he? Hence, you don't need to worry too much about this matter. Xiao Nan did not know the situation between Fang Fang and her boyfriend now. Hence, it was not good to haphazardly judge whether the other party was good or bad. However, if someone were to ask her, Xiao Nan still sided a little more with Gao Yan. That's true. Fang Fang responded moodily, her lips drooping. Forget it. Given his personal qualities, he won't lack women. When he was schooling, he only relied on his face and academic results, and many people wooed him. His pockets are stuffed with so much cash now. Why should I worry for him? I don't need to. It was seldom that the 2 classmates met. Today, Fang Fang had dinner at the Zai family before leaving. As such, Zai Hua and Tiandong had the chance to meet Fang Fang, the one who could move Gao Yan's heart. To be frank, from the perspective of Tiandong as a man, Fang Fang's appearance was not outstanding. At most, she was a little more fresh-faced, especially in the Zai family, in comparison to his future mother-in-law's grace and charm and Xiao Nan's sophistication and beauty. Even Zai Hua exuded the beauty of wild and rebellious nature, which could turn a man on. When the few women sat together, only Fang Fang had nothing to show. In stark contrast to Fang Fang's boring appearance, Gao Yan was considered a rare and handsome man. He was good-looking, had attractive face shape and exquisite facial features. He was someone who could withstand a close-up look. Under various circumstances, Tiandong really could not understand what women were thinking. In the face of such an outstanding man like Gao Yan, and Gao Yan was so devoted to Fang Fang, why did Fang Fang ignore and shun him so much? She was not willing to become associated with Gao Yan at all. If it were someone else, they would be elated to pounce on Gao Yan when they found out about Gao Yan's feelings toward them. They would scream and shout about marrying Gao Yan. "Xiao Nan, I'm going home. Let's meet again during the winter vacation." Fang Fang's internship was ending soon. She had to return to school. The college that she was studying at was not located in the capital. "Sure." Xiao Nan held San Bao's hands and waved at Fang Fang. "When you are back next time, the triplets will know how to address you as auntie. Next time, remember to bring presents, not fruits, just for the triplets." Xiao Nan was thick-skinned and reminded Fang Fang. She did not lack those things. It was because Fang Fang brought many healthcare products for the elderly today when she came. These items were much more costly than buying presents for the triplets. "Okay." Fang Fang agreed readily. It was not because of other reasons. 5 minutes ago, she finally fulfilled her wish by carrying Bao. "Goodbye. Goodbye." After sending Fang Fang off with her eyes, Xiao Nan pressed her face against San Bao. "San Bao, Mom will bring you to wash your hands and legs. We are going to sleep, okay?" San Bao yawned and leaned into her mother's arms softly. She used actions to express to her mother that she had long wanted to go to sleep. At the sight that De Bao's and Bao's situation was similar to that of San Bao, Zai Hua followed Zai Sheng's example. She carried De Bao and Bao with one hand each and followed Jiao Nan and San Bao upstairs. She then helped Jiao Nan take care of the 3 children. As for Tiandong, Zai Hua expressed that Tiandong could go somewhere else when the triplets were around so as not to disturb her time with the triplets. Fortunately, Tiandong was long used to Zai Hua's habit of abandoning her boyfriend for her nephews and nieces. He gently smiled and calmly drove his car off. When they were helping the triplets wash their faces and wipe their hands, Zai Hua asked like a busybody, "Are you prepared to intervene in Fang Fang and Gao Yan's matter?" Anyway, she felt that Gao Yan was quite a good man. It would be a pity if Fang Fang were to let Gao Yan slip by. She was not siding with anyone. She was speaking purely from the perspective of a woman. She felt that it was too difficult to find a good man. If one were to let slip the opportunity and let someone else kidnap and run away with such a good man, she would be driven to the grave. She would become very grumpy and bad-tempered. "Tell me. Is there a misunderstanding between them? I heard from Dongzi that Gao Yan cares very much about Fang Fang. They were childhood friends and next-door neighbors since they were children." This was unlike Dongzi, who went abroad since he was a child and came back only recently. Gao Yan and Fang Fang spent more time together than her and Tiandong. Accordingly, Fang Fang and Gao Yan should be on very good terms. Xiao Nan carried San Bao, whose skin had turned slightly pink after washing her face, to the warm and cozy huge bed. Bao lay beside San Bao. He turned and hugged San Bao before turning to the other side to hug De Bao. He then heaved a sigh of relief as if he had completed a huge mission. The corners of his lips curled up. He closed his eyes with a gentle smile and fell asleep. After listening to Fang Fang, most likely, Gao Yan did countless things that annoyed her during their second year of junior high school studies. He felt that he was mature now, and all his past deeds were only small and innocuous jokes. A lady's feelings are more delicate and sensitive. Gao Yan felt that it did not matter, but Fang Fang could not accept it. Xiao Nan could only think of this misunderstanding that could possibly happen between the two. "Do you mean that Gao Yan had taken a liking to Fang Fang since he was a child and he deliberately did some things to annoy Fang Fang?" Chapter 1295 Wooed by somebody else. Provoking her occasionally could be considered slightly better, but it seems that he bullied her for some time. Boys would bully the girls that they liked in order to attract their attention. But girls would not do that. When faced with such boys, the girls had a 50% chance of accepting them. Obviously, Fang Fang belonged to the 50% who did not accept the boy. Zihua rolled her eyes, no longer saying anything. She never knew that Gao Yan, who seemed well-mannered and behaved like a gentleman, would be so foolish during his second year in junior high school. It was no wonder that although Fang Fang was classmates with him, she was not interested in him at all. It is no wonder that Fang Fang has a boyfriend in the university. No girls will want a boyfriend who keeps bullying them. She will be asking for trouble. All right, I won't ask any more. You can deal with it as you please. You don't have to worry about Dong's business. Qiao Nan yawned and opened the blanket. She lay down next to San Bao. I don't intend to interfere. I am sleepy. Remember to switch off the lights and close the door on your way out. What a lazy bum. Zihua scolded her lightly with a smile on her face. She switched off the lights and closed the door on her way out. The 1-month-long internship had ended. The semester was ending soon. Qiao Nan reverted to her schedule of going to school and returning home. She was home when Gao Yan came looking for her by himself. Are you free? Qiao Nan, who was carrying the babies, felt helpless upon seeing Gao Yan. I am quite busy. What's the matter? Can we have a chat? Gao Yan did not look very good. It was obvious that he was upset. Qiao Nan sighed. San Bao, can you play with De Bao and Er Bao over there? Mama won't go anywhere. I will sit right here. San Bao can look up and you will see me. Although the triplets were still very young, Qiao Nan had no wish for them to overhear the complicated problems and interpersonal relations among the adults. Luckily, the house was quite spacious. The auntie had tidied a small corner in the living room. It was about 10 square meters. She laid soft and thick foam cushions on the floor and placed the triplets' toys on top of the cushions. Although the triplets liked to stay close to their mother, they would not insist on staying next to her or for her to carry them. They would behave themselves as long as Qiao Nan was within their sight. They would not be upset that Qiao Nan did not play with them but was busy with her work. San Bao nodded abidingly. There was no need for her mother to carry her. She freed herself from her mother's embrace and walked like a duck, sticking out her chubby bottom to where her brothers were. She squeezed to sit in between them and took her favorite plush toy from the floor, landing a bite on it. Once the triplets were settled down, Qiao Nan fixed her gaze on Gao Yan. What do you want to talk to me about? Luckily, she spent a large amount of time on her internship this semester. Therefore, she did not have as much homework as the previous 2 years. Otherwise, she would not have the time to chat with Gao Yan. Gao Yan rubbed his face, feeling flustered. Fang Fang rejected my proposal and she has a boyfriend in university. Why did this happen? He used to think that like him, Fang Fang only had eyes for him. He had been working toward this goal and to give her happiness in the future. However, he did not end up with Fang Fang. It was another man who was with her. This is because of the pranks that you pulled on her when you were younger. Qiao Nan raised her eyebrows. Gao Yan was quite proactive. There was no need for her to remind him and he took the initiative to find out why Fang Fang rejected his proposal. Gao Yan respected Fang Fang and hence he did not interfere with what she was doing at school. Fang Fang was stubborn. One must not go against her. Moreover, no matter how mild-tempered she was, if she knew that he was keeping a watch on her, she would end the friendship with him regardless of whether he had good intentions or not. On the other hand, Gao Yan noticed that something was amiss. Given that he was able to find out what was going on within such a short time, he was really concerned about Fang Fang. Gao Yan was dumbstruck by the answer that he heard. The pranks that I pulled on her when I was younger. I suppose back when you were younger, you bullied Fang Fang, and that is why she has a bad impression of you. Thereafter, you did very well in your studies and this became a source of stress for Fang Fang. If I am correct, Fang Fang's parents must have cited you as a model student and compared you to Fang Fang. They must have wanted Fang Fang to learn from you. Xiao Nan touched her chin, looking like a scammer. Just because of this? Gao Yan was perplexed. It turned out that it was because of such minor problems? Xiao Nan smiled in anger. It is no wonder that Fang Fang is wooed by somebody else and you only realized the problem when she rejected your proposal. In the eyes of women, there is no reason and logic. She does not need a reason to like you or hate you. This is not the court. There is no need for evidence or to give you a sentence based on the severity of your crimes. If she hates you, regardless of how much she hates you, she will choose to be with somebody else that she likes. Gao Yan could not understand what Xiao Nan was saying except for one thing: it was useless to use reasons. Please, will you help me? Since you know Fang Fang so well, can you help me come up with a solution to gain her affection? Even though there might be a misunderstanding, he was serious in this relationship. He loved Fang Fang and he did not want to give up his happiness, particularly for something so ridiculous. Gao Yan had already decided to seek Xiao Nan's help. He no longer cared about his pride or feelings. To tell you the truth, I am really at my wit's end. You should know that Fang Fang is very quiet. Our families had the same thoughts as me. I have been working toward this goal as well. The two families were taken aback when Fang Fang rejected my proposal. Uncle and auntie told me that they would try to persuade Fang Fang. I did not expect that. You did not expect that Fang Fang would not listen to her parents and left the capital earlier than agreed to return to school to look for her boyfriend. Am I right? This was simply a giant asteroid striking the Earth. There was no room for negotiation. Previously, Gao Yan had no idea why things turned out this way. After Xiao Nan's reminder, Gao Yan seemed to have a better understanding. Fang Fang doesn't like it when her parents praise me or when they want her to take me as a role model. Therefore, when they put in a good word for me, it will further enrage her. No. Chapter 1296 Hopeless. Xiao Nan took a sip of the tea, casting a glance at Gao Yan. He was totally unlike how he looked during the first two encounters where he wore a suit, looking neat and tidy like a successful person in life. Today, Gao Yan, who sat in front of her, wore a crumpled shirt. The white shirt beneath his outer clothes was yellowish. His chin was covered with stubbles and he had eye bags. He seemed as if he had been sleepless for several nights. Have some tea. Fang Fang came over to my place recently and I served Fang Fang with this tea. Pudding tea. It was most suitable for Gao Yan and Fang Fang to have this tea. The two youngsters were creating trouble for themselves. Gao Yan, who was in a bad mood, did not wish to drink the tea, but he changed his mind when he learned that Fang Fang drank the same tea when she came to the Zai family's residence previously. Therefore, a gloomy Gao Yan could not care for his pride and drank 3 cups of tea in one go. Given what Fang Fang said and did, Gao Yan felt that the pudding tea was sweet instead of bitter. Looking at Gao Yan's behavior, Xiao Nan told herself that Gao Yan was beyond hope. Do you still intend to be with Fang Fang? Do you not mind at all? Fang Fang had a boyfriend and the youngsters nowadays were fairly open-minded. Fang Fang might not be open-minded, but her boyfriend might be. With this in mind, did Gao Yan still love Fang Fang and want to be with her forever? Gao Yan's face turned green and purple. Nevertheless, I am the only person who is capable of bringing happiness to Fang Fang. She might be good in her studies, but she is clueless in all other areas. If I am not around to take care of her and protect her, she will be bullied by other people. Since a young age, she has been good in her studies but lousy in other areas. To think that she feels very proud of herself. Gao Yan pointed out Fang Fang's shortcomings, but at the same time revealed his concerns for her. His contradictory behavior made Xiao Nan feel sorry for him. She felt like comforting him. All right, I will keep a lookout on your behalf. It is rare that Fang Fang has a boyfriend. I should keep a watch as well. I cannot possibly allow her to be bullied by other people. If Fang Fang's boyfriend was perfect and had no shortcomings, no matter how much Gao Yan liked her, she would not interfere. After all, it was up to Fang Fang to choose whether she wanted to be with someone that she loved or someone that loved her. She would not give her opinion. Perhaps Fang Fang felt that she would be happier being with someone that she loved. Of course, if the man had any shortcomings, since she was closer to Gao Yan and he was her senior while the other person was a stranger, she could not help but take sides and help Gao Yan. Thank you. Gao Yan rubbed his face. He used to think that his marriage with Fang Fang was already confirmed. He already had it planned out. They would be engaged when Fang Fang was in her 3rd year in college and they would marry once she graduated. In another year's time, he would be able to buy a house and a car in the capital. He would make sure to provide Fang Fang with a good life. It was useless to think about the future right now. He had made a huge mistake and all his plans had gone haywired. He did not manage to be engaged to Fang Fang and she rejected his engagement ring. She could not wait to throw it far away and leave for a faraway place with her boyfriend at school. Xiaonan did not know many men, but she had heard of many stories about scumbags. It was rare that Gao Yan was such a sentimental and devoted man. Xiaonan could not help but be soft-hearted. Let me give you a gentle reminder. Like what I have said previously, there is a big problem with the attitude of Fang Fang's parents toward you. It is understandable for young ladies to be narrow-minded. She is an only child and she is considered capable and smart. If she were in another family, she would be pampered and doted on by her parents. But her parents compared her with you, and to her parents, you are the smartest kid instead of her. No child will be happy to know that. Gao Yan was the subject of the love and praise of Fang Fang's parents. Notwithstanding that Gao Yan used to provoke Fang Fang when he was at a young age, this alone was good enough for Fang Fang to hate Gao Yan to the core. Siblings would fight with each other for their parents' love. Moreover, Gao Yan was not related to them. Fang Fang's parents liked to praise Gao Yan for being a good child in front of Fang Fang and they would tell her to look up to Gao Yan and work harder. It was no wonder that she hated Gao Yan. Under such circumstances, it would be weird if Fang Fang realized Gao Yan's feelings for her and accepted his proposal. Many men will work on their in-laws in order to receive their blessings to marry their daughter. But it is different for you. It is unsuitable for you to do that. Do you understand that too far is as bad as not enough? Gao Yan drank another 3 cups of pudding tea. He was bloated with the tea. Thank you. I finally understand what you are saying. Although it took him so long to understand, it was better than not realizing it at all. He never thought that the affirmation of Fang Fang's parents would work against him, driving a wedge between him and Fang Fang, and that she would hate him since a young age. I will talk to her parents regarding this. Thank you very much. If he did not come looking for Xiaonan today, he might not have known where he went wrong even until the day Fang Fang married someone else and had children with the man. Fang Fang's parents might like him, but it was useless if Fang Fang had no wish to marry him. They could not possibly force her into marriage. In the end, they had to go with Fang Fang's decision and allowed her to marry someone else. Gao Yan used to think that he had a high EQ and IQ. But when it came to Fang Fang and he was the party involved, it was useless to have high EQ or IQ. All right, you should go now. Although Xiaonan could give him a gentle reminder, she would not do anything on behalf of Gao Yan. No matter what, Fang Fang would be marrying him, not her. Gao Yan was someone who put words into action. Previously, he was clueless, so he could do nothing about it. Now that he knew what was going on and where he had done wrong, he would not allow himself to make the same mistake again that would widen the distance between him and Fang Fang, leaving no chance for them. Uncle, Auntie, this is what happened. I hope that you can give me your support and make a phone call to Fang Fang so as to talk things over nicely. Fang Fang's parents were startled. They had been adding trouble instead of rendering help. Father Fang turned silent. Did Jiao Nan say that? Father Fang had a deep impression of this classmate and good friend of his daughter. Apart from Gao Yan, Jiao Nan was the first person who had better results than Fang Fang and had helped her a lot in school. All these years, Father Fang felt that this friend of her daughter was a good friend and she had good judgment. Father Fang might have some doubts over other people's words. He might wonder if the person was sincere about helping Fang Fang and Gao Yan, or that the person was interested in Gao Yan. The person might betray Fang Fang and make lousy suggestions such that Gao Yan would fail in gaining Fang Fang's affection. Chapter 1297 Enlightened. But if it was Jiao Nan, Father Fang had total trust in her. Moreover, he heard from his daughter that Jiao Nan was happily married with 3 kids and her husband was a very good catch. He was just as good as Gao Yan. Gao Yan knew that Father Fang and Mother Fang had a good impression of Jiao Nan. When Fang Fang was in high school, they even sent fruits to thank her for revising with Fang Fang. Mother Fang was a timid woman. Now that things had gone wrong, she was worried that if they took another wrong step, they would never be able to have Gao Yan as their son-in-law. Gao Yan, are you sure this method will work? What if Fang Fang takes it seriously after we make the phone call? Auntie, don't worry. Like what Jiao Nan said, they are just dating. It's alright if Fang Fang takes it seriously. Even if Fang Fang did not take it seriously, she was already in a relationship with the man. There was not much of a difference. People like to do the opposite of what they are told. Back when you wanted Fang Fang to study at the high school affiliated to Renmin University of China, she applied for Pingcheng High School behind your back. From this, we could tell that she has rebellious nature in her. If both of you insist that Fang Fang marry me, given her behavior back then, she might insist on being with the man to spite us even though she does not really love him. All of us love Fang Fang. It is all right that we suffer for the time being. What's important is that Fang Fang will be able to lead a good life in the future. Gao Yan had always been performing well in front of his future in-laws. He rarely made any mistakes. Otherwise, Fang Fang's parents would not have decided on having him as their son-in-law. Father Fang nodded. All right, don't worry. I will do as Gao Yan said. As for Fang Fang, Jiao Nan will keep a lookout for her, won't she? Father Fang was most worried about Fang Fang's situation at school. Father Fang was not worried that his daughter would take the wrong step. But her boyfriend was at the age where he would be impulsive and reckless. He would kill the man if his daughter was taken advantage of. Yes, Jiao Nan will look out for Fang Fang. She will make sure that Fang Fang will not be taken advantage of. Gao Yan was very certain of this. Fang Fang might not listen to other people, but she would definitely listen to Jiao Nan. He had to hand it to Jiao Nan for being very smart. She would not persuade her in the usual way that people did. For instance, someone felt itchy, and another person who was blunt and did not know how to react according to the situation tried helping the person find the itchy spot, but to no avail. Jiao Nan was different. She would either not do anything, or if she did, she would be right on the target. He believed that Jiao Nan had the means to persuade Fang Fang to protect herself. Besides, he had no other choice right now but to believe in her. All right, I will make the phone call. Since Gao Yan had said so and was willing to give it a try, Father Fang should hesitate no more. Furthermore, Jiao Nan would keep a lookout for Fang Fang. Mother Fang knitted her brows before she nodded in agreement. Luckily, Fang Fang has a friend that she could talk to. Otherwise, there will be no way to resolve this problem. That's right. Luckily, there is someone like Jiao Nan. Gao Yan finally understood why Fang Fang was unable to be close to her parents and share her problems and troubles with them even though she had always been a filial girl. He was the reason behind everything. Now that they had come to a decision, Father Fang was quick and decisive. He gave his daughter a call right away and told her what Gao Yan had said to him. He told his daughter that he supported her decision and wanted her to be happy. As long as she was happy, as her parents, they would not interfere or object. Fang Fang was dumbstruck after the call. She then gave Xiao Nan a call right away, expressing her joy and excitement. Nan Nan, you are right. I have won. Thank you. Xiao Nan, who was on the other end of the phone, rolled her eyes. Like I have said before, as long as you are happy, your parents will definitely support you. You are the one who gave me your unwavering support. Fang Fang took a deep breath. You might not have known, but on the day that I rejected Gao Yan's proposal, not only did my parents scold me for being reckless and express their unhappiness, all the relatives and friends who were present berated me for not having good judgment. They said that although I am willful, I should not go overboard. For a moment, I wondered whether I had made the wrong decision. But I refused to bow to them. Fang Fang went to the Zai family's residence as she wanted someone to stand on her side and support her decision. Everyone berated her and did not agree with her. They were her relatives and they used to treat her very well. But they lost their temper at her because of Gao Yan. Although Fang Fang did not listen to them, she was upset and hurt. She did not know whether her decision was right. When she was at a loss, she went to the Zai family's residence to look for Xiao Nan, hoping to get an answer from her. Xiao Nan was smart. She could tell right away that Fang Fang refused to admit defeat and she had a lot of grievances. If she disagreed with Fang Fang and said that Gao Yan was a good man, Fang Fang would fall out with her right away. Although she could not be too direct, Xiao Nan played with words and did not really say whether Gao Yan was a good man or not. This was what she said back then. I believe that you should fight for your own happiness. As long as you are happy, it doesn't matter that you could not get your parents' support for the time being. I believe they will agree to it in the future. Your happiness is more important than anything else. Xiao Nan did not mention Fang Fang's current boyfriend at all. Although Xiao Nan played around with words, it was far better than Fang Fang's relatives who expressed their disagreement and anger toward her. Xiao Nan's words were comforting and assuring. Fang Fang was able to take in Xiao Nan's words and find strength in them. Xiao Nan, don't worry. I will fight for my happiness. Fang Fang used to think that her parents had a very good impression of Gao Yan. Although there was no need for her to go through the long march of 25,000 li like the Red Army, she knew that her revolution would not succeed in 1 or 2 days. She had yet to tell her boyfriend to work hard with her and persevere until the end, but her parents had already called her to say that as long as she was happy, they did not mind who she was with. Right then, Fang Fang felt as if she was the most fortunate person in the world. Nan Nan, I am so lucky to have you with me. You are such a good friend. You supported me and assured me that I am right. Of course. Xiao Nan accepted her praise. She did not feel that she was being too shameless. Your parents dote on you the most. They will not dote on someone else. Do you agree that I am right? Yes. Fang Fang nodded. She never felt so cared for and loved in the past. 1298 Change of strategy. Since you have understood, then you should think before you do anything in the future. You must not be so reckless again. In retrospect, do you think it is right to argue with your parents because of a man? If this man will be your husband and he will give you happiness, it is still worth it. If not, wouldn't you be angry at yourself if anything happened to your parents as they were too angry? Now that she had calmed down, Xiao Nan began to criticize Fang Fang for being too willful. Fang Fang smiled embarrassedly. I have been cornered. Otherwise, can you tell me what I should do if I run into such encounters in the future? How should I deal with it? Fang Fang liked her current boyfriend. He was considerate and gentle with her, treating her very well. He was unlike the good son-in-law that her parents would talk about often who used to bully her. But talking about marriage, Fang Fang had no confidence in her current boyfriend. Foolish. If quarreling was useful, you wouldn't come running to my in-laws' house and complain to me, hoping that I would stand on your side. That day, you could talk it over nicely with your parents and tell them your thoughts. Why did you quarrel with them? The more you fight, the more your parents will feel that you are saying everything in a peak of anger and are irrational. It's useless to talk it over nicely. They won't believe me. Fang Fang felt wronged. She was enraged, and that was why she blew her top. Qiaonan drank some water to soothe her throat. If she could not find any jobs in the future, she could start a counseling company or a company that would listen to other people's grievances and chat with them. If not, she could be a matchmaker and accept red packets from the couples. Now that you have blown your top, did anyone believe you? No matter what, nobody will believe you. Getting enraged will only affect yourself and hurt your parents' feelings. You should have told them your thoughts and stated that you would stand firm in your decision before returning to your school. In that way, you wouldn't feel as guilty toward your parents when you received their call today. Fang Fang was speechless, but she had to agree that Qiaonan was right. When she returned to school that day, she kept thinking about what happened back at home. She remembered that her mother was so angry that her eyes had turned red, while her father, who was getting on in years, trembled slightly. Fang Fang used to be filial to them, so she felt very guilty at how things turned out. She was torn between being filial to them and fighting for her own happiness. After returning to school, she went sleepless for several nights. Her boyfriend asked her out 3 times in a row, but she rejected him. In the end, she hurt the feelings of her parents and her boyfriend. What should I do in the future? Why do you think about the future? Haven't your parents compromised and given in? Since you feel guilty, you should stay home with your parents after the semester ended and spend more time with them, chatting with them. You can take them for a walk or stroll around the garden. When you are free, you can call them 2 or 3 times a week to chat with them. You can talk about your school life, your feelings, and whatever you encounter in school. They will get to know you better through more frequent communication, and they will no longer quarrel with you over an outsider in the future. Qiaonan tried to coax and cajole Fang Fang. There is a reason why your parents like Gao Yan so much, and you can't match up to him in terms of this. Gao Yan is very good with words in front of your parents. It seems as if he is their son. However, you are their biological daughter. If Gao Yan can do it, you must be better than him. You must regain your parents' affection. Without your parents' support, Gao Yan can no longer interfere in your relationship with the man that you want to marry in the future. Fang Fang felt that Qiaonan made a lot of sense. She almost gave in because of her parents' attitude. If her parents sided with her and no longer placed high importance on Gao Yan, she did not need to be bothered about Gao Yan's comments. Most importantly, she must make sure that her parents sided with her. Once she grasped this fundamental point, all the rest would follow. It was as if she was enlightened and invigorated. She was no longer as dejected as before. She seemed like a rooster who was in high spirits and felt energized. Nan Nan, you are indeed my best friend. You have made a very helpful and effective suggestion. You can rest assured. I know what to do in the future. I won't allow Gao Yan to take advantage of me again. From the phone call that her father made today, even though her parents were all praise for Gao Yan, saying that he was a role model for all children, she was still their biological daughter. Her parents would stand on her side instead of siding with Gao Yan. She had the upper hand as she was their biological daughter. It would be miserable if she lost to Gao Yan again. With Qiaonan as her strategist and military counselor, Fang Fang, who was reserved and reticent, decided to interact more with her parents. She called them frequently on the phone and chatted with them. Initially, her parents were not used to it and they could not understand Qiaonan's rationale. But they felt that it was a good idea to have more frequent chats with their daughter. Mother Fang gradually understood Qiaonan's intention and the reasons behind these phone calls. Oh, it's so late. It may not be safe. It's better if you don't go out. If you want to go on a date, you should go in the daytime. I see. It's not that I forbid you from experiencing life. But you are still a student, and studies must be your top priority. After you graduate, even if you feel like staying at home and depending on us, I won't allow you to do so. You want to stay outside the school? You are still considering and you are asking me for my opinions? My opinion doesn't matter. What's important is how you think. Alright, I will share my thoughts with you. You can take it as a reference and decide for yourself. Fang Fang, you are an adult. As your mother, I trust your judgment. Aside from putting aside a sum of money for the rental, what I am most worried about is your safety. If you stay at school, you will have several dormitory mates who stay with you. I feel assured as you are not alone. Otherwise, I might be so worried for you that I cannot sleep a wink. As a student, even when she was in college, for people like Fang Fang, who was a top student, her school life was very boring. She did nothing apart from studying. Although Fang Fang began to spend more time chatting with her parents, there were not many topics to chat with them. Besides talking about her school, she would occasionally talk about her boyfriend. Her intention was to boil the frog slowly. However, she did not realize that she was the one who was being boiled in the pot. Mother Fang had finally found the right method to communicate with her daughter. She would not make harsh comments or pick on the man. Through showing concern for her daughter, she gradually made her accept her suggestions and thoughts. Dating in the middle of the night? What if the brat took advantage of Fang Fang? Working part-time? She and her husband merely praised Gao Yan and Fang Fang was jealous of him. If she worked part-time and experienced life, she would be angered to death. In that case, the brat would have a chance to console and comfort her. Moving out of school? Dream on. Chapter 1299 Turn into a wealthy woman. As time passed, Mother Fang began to have an imperceptible influence on Fang Fang such that there was no chance of Fang Fang taking the relationship further with her boyfriend. She made sure to protect her daughter so that the man would not take advantage of her. Actually, Fang Fang had her hidden agenda when she asked those questions. Fang Fang was used to being a well-behaved child. Now that her parents were no longer against her relationship, Fang Fang hoped that she would have more private time with her boyfriend. Therefore, she could not help but have a guilty conscience when she posed the questions. If Mother Fang showed the slightest displeasure and said that the man led Fang Fang astray, Fang Fang might be enraged and insisted on renting a house to stay with the man. On the contrary, Mother Fang did not bring up the man. She was solely concerned for Fang Fang's safety. As such, Fang Fang could not insist on staying outside the school. Now that Mother Fang maintained frequent contact with her daughter through the phone, she realized that her daughter had been very well behaved. Although her daughter had a boyfriend, she had not been reckless or impulsive or intimate with the man. Mother Fang managed to find out this piece of important information through their frequent chats. Mother Fang did not tell Gao Yan explicitly about what she learned, but she had hinted to him so that he understood that her daughter was a good child who had self-respect. Although she liked Gao Yan, if Gao Yan could not accept that her daughter used to have another boyfriend, she would not insist that they be together. Although she praised Gao Yan for being a good child, her daughter was still the best child in the world. After Qiaonan's gentle reminder, Mother Fang realized that their good intention of hoping that their daughter would strive to be better and work harder had unknowingly become a source of pressure for her. Their daughter was under immense pressure, yet they thought that she was being willful. It was their fault as they had failed as her parents. Now that he was certain that Fang Fang did not overstep the boundaries with her boyfriend, Gao Yan finally felt much at ease. Although he did not regain his cheery mood, at least he was not as gloomy as before and was able to concentrate on his job. After looking through many business proposals, he finally decided to work with Tiandong's company. This was a good piece of news. It was a win-win situation for Gao Yan and Tiandong. After signing the contract, they were officially working partners. The staff from the two companies gathered for a meal to interact with each other. Since Tiandong's company was more established, he was the one who initiated the gathering. Unlike the usual gathering, Tiandong gave his staff a sum of money so that they could celebrate and socialize with the staff from Gao Yan's company. They could sing karaoke and have supper. As for him, the boss, he brought Gao Yan to visit his future mother-in-law and have a meal at her house. Gao Yan, I will be getting married at the end of the year. You must come to my wedding. Before they got into the car, Tiandong passed a wedding invitation to Gao Yan. In the future, apart from being business partners, they would have a closer relationship with each other. The person who brought them together was none other than the daughter-in-law who married into the Zai family. Tiandong knew that Gao Yan must be delighted to see Qiao Nan. He must be dying to seek her advice on how to gain Fang Fang's affection. Qiao Nan glared at Tiandong before casting a sideways glance at Gao Yan when she saw that he was indeed at their house. The two of you owe me a big red packet. Although I do not take issue with you, shouldn't you have the awareness? Tiandong agreed immediately. Definitely. I will give you a bonus of 1%. This was enough for Qiao Nan to lead a wealthy life for the rest of her life. There was no need for her to depend on the Zai family and she could lead a comfortable life. There was a glitter in Zai Yaoai's eyes, but he kept his silence. However, Miao Jing was startled. Dongzi, why would you say that? A bonus of 1% was a significant amount. Miao Jing did not want her daughter-in-law to take advantage of the Tian family or for her daughter to be looked down upon by the Tian family after she married Tiandong. Sister, please accept it. Mother Tian pulled Miao Jing's arms affectionately. She had a genuine smile on her face and she sounded very sincere. All along, Nan Nan has been working very hard. She is a good child. If not for the fact that it is unsuitable, our original intention is to give her a bonus of 5%. The bonus of 1% might be a significant amount to other people. However, the Tian family could still afford it. Mother Tian knew that unlike her son, Zihua had a boyfriend before she was with her son. In the end, they broke up because of Qiao Nan. If Mother Tian knew about this a month ago, she might feel unhappy about it. But after hearing what Tiandong said on the day he proposed to Zihua, she began to look at Zihua in a different light. She knew her son best. Mother Tian knew that her only son did not like any other women or men. He only had eyes for Zihua. Mother Tian was heartbroken when she learned this. All these years, she had been hoping for a grandchild to play with. Her son might be precious, but he was not as important as her grandchild. By the time she had a grandchild, she would have no use for her son. She could leave her son to Zihua while she played with her grandchild. Right now, the most important task was to make sure that her son got married as soon as possible and gave her a grandchild. After sorting out her thoughts, Mother Tian was thankful to Qiao Nan as she was the one who made Zihua break up with her previous boyfriend. If Qiao Nan did not do that, she was worried that when they came back to China and her son learned that Zihua had a boyfriend and would marry him soon, he might react strongly to it and she would have no hopes of having a grandchild. The thought of it was too scary. Mother Tian had no wish to let her thoughts wander. Thankfully, this did not happen and Zihua had agreed to marry Dongzi. Gao Yan did not care about the Tian family. Since Qiao Nan had made her request, he would never say no to her. That's easy. If I marry Fang Fang, as our matchmaker, I will definitely give you a red packet that is filled with any amount of money that you want. Or should I write you a blank check? How about that? Gao Yan had gone all out in order to win Fang Fang's affection. Qiao Nan curled the corners of her lips. She could not help but feel that she had said the wrong words and made an error. The two of you are not here for a meal but to give red packets to me. They seemed to be giving away money generously. The bonus of 1% was tantamount to having 1% of the shares of Tiandong's company. If the company earned 100 million in the future, she did not need to work and she would have 1 million just by sitting around at home. Chapter 1300 Love Letter. To Chiao Nan, it was a faraway dream to buy a house of her own using her hard-earned money. Chiao Nan was naturally startled now that two bosses offered to give her money. Forget it. I have to think for Brother Zai and the Zai family. She would lose more than gain if Brother Zai and the Zai family were targeted because of this. Miao Jing was concerned as well. Therefore, she looked toward Old Master Zai and Zai Yaowai, hoping that they would make some suggestions. The old master was feeding Dabao some fruits while Zai Yaowai was playing with his only granddaughter. The father and son had the same attitude. They gave no response to Miao Jing or Chiao Nan. The atmosphere was awkward. Chiao Nan carried Bao into her arms without another word and used him as an excuse. Bao is hungry. If there's anything, let's wait until he is full. We can't afford to let the child go hungry. The triplets are still growing day by day. She was a good mother and the triplets were the most important people in her life. Perhaps Gao Yan knew that he could do nothing about Fang Fang, and if he wanted to win her affection, his only bet was Chiao Nan. He could do without anyone but her. Moreover, it was because of their junior, Chiao Nan's suggestion that Fang Fang's parents were able to have a closer relationship with their daughter. Therefore, Gao Yan would try all means and ways to please Chiao Nan. He knew that Chiao Nan placed high importance on the triplets. Hence, he would buy all sorts of food and clothing for the triplets from time to time. He was the least bit worried about spending money on them. Zai Hua noticed this and made a joke out of it. Luckily, we know that Gao Yan has another girl in mind and he is bent on marrying her. Otherwise, given his attitude, it will lead to a misunderstanding. If Zai Sheng is at home and sees how Gao Yan treats the triplets, he will be very jealous and angry. She was not looking down on her brother. She knew that Zai Sheng seldom stayed at home with the triplets. As their auntie, she spent more time with them than their father did. Zai Sheng had no time to buy toys and food for the triplets. In short, Gao Yan seemed to show more love and concern for the triplets than Zai Sheng, their father, did. Given Zai Sheng's temper, if he found out about it, there was no way that he could tolerate it. Brother Zai knew about this. Chiao Nan might be daring, but she had her concerns as well. Although Gao Yan merely bought food and clothes for the children, the problem was that his presence never stopped. Chiao Nan was worried that Zai Sheng would misunderstand, or that someone would sow discord and affect Zai Sheng's mood. Chiao Nan did not wish for Zai Sheng to learn about it through the gossip spread by other people. She would rather tell him about it beforehand. Of course, Zai Sheng was displeased when he first learned about it. Since it pleases him to give the triplets food and clothes, you should just accept them. It is indeed not that easy to take a wife. Zai Sheng knew what was going on between Gao Yan and Fang Fang. He did not stop Chiao Nan from helping them. By the time Gao Yan married Fang Fang, he would forget about the matchmaker who lent them a helping hand. Besides, it was not easy to win the affection of his children. Zai Sheng was the least worried about Chiao Nan being surrounded by men of good caliber when he was not by her side. Moreover, Gao Yan already had someone in mind. It turned out that you have already told him. All right, since Zai Sheng did not object to it, it's good that the triplets can have fun playing with the toys he gave them. The triplets were immersed in playing with the toys, lost in fun. They could not be bothered to kiss their auntie or mother. Zai Hua felt upset that she was neglected. Chiao Nan had more time to do her reading since she did not need to accompany the triplets. Zai Hua, whose marriage report was approved and was preparing for her wedding, would spend her time playing with the triplets when she was at home. Apart from that, she had nothing else to do. Now that the triplets forsook their auntie for the toys, Zai Hua felt forlorn. The triplets had deserted her because of the toys. Chiao Nan yawned and flipped a page of the book that she had been reading. Sister Zai Hua, if you have a lot of free time, maybe you could play with the triplets. The triplets have a lot of toys. Perhaps if you join them, they will welcome you into their world of fun. Chiao Nan was very envious of Zai Hua, who had a lot of spare time on her hands but had nothing to do. Although it was quite boring, Jiaonan wished that she would have a day to relax and not think about anything. Zihua had to prepare for her wedding and would spend a lot of time at home. This was just nice for Jiaonan. Zihua could take care of the triplets while she could have some time for herself. Senior Chiao, how are you? Can you spare me 3 minutes of your time? As usual, after her lesson, Jiaonan was about to hurry back home when she was stopped by a second-year male student. Hello. Is anything the matter? Jiaonan took a closer look at the male student. She did not know him. The second-year male student blushed and passed a letter to Jiaonan. Senior Chiao, can you take a look at my letter? Letter? Jiaonan felt perplexed. She was right in front of him. Why could he not say his mind but wrote a letter to her beforehand instead? Is it necessary? He could tell her directly and she could give him an answer right away. It was better that way. It is necessary. This must be the first time that the male student confessed his love. He did not notice that Jiaonan was slow to react. He felt terribly embarrassed and stuffed the letter into Jiaonan's hands before he rode off on the bicycle. After he was 10 meters away from Jiaonan, he turned to look at Jiaonan. He did not control the bicycle properly and ended up riding in a zigzag manner, almost knocking into other people. Jiaonan was stunned. She finally reacted half a minute later. Is this a love letter for me? This was not the first time that Jiaonan received a love letter. When she was in junior high school, she already received love letters from other students. She also received love letters when she was in high school. But after a short period of time, all the love letters seemed to have vanished. Of course, after she went to the capital, she knew that people still sent her love letters when she was in high school. It was just that before she received them, Shi Qing had got rid of all the love letters under Zai Sheng's orders. Right now, since Shi Qing was not around to get rid of the love letters, they had resurfaced again. Jiaonan did not whether to laugh or cry. She was already a mother of 3, but she still received love letters from her juniors and hunks. Did it mean one could not tell from her appearance that she was a mother and she was still very attractive? They were on the streets. Many people witnessed the scene where a male student passed a love letter to Jiaonan.